up, everyone? I'm Ryan from Fireside Yankees. In today's video, we're talking about the Yankees' 2-0 win over the Minnesota Twins. What a performance from the ace, Gerrit Cole, who goes out and he throws a complete game shutout, 2 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. I cannot wait to talk about this outing because, quite frankly, he was incredible. And the Yankees needed an outing like this. The Yankees bullpen is kind of not in shambles per se, but there is not a lot of clarity about the different roles on the team, especially with Holmes struggling as of late. Michael King was obviously not going to be available today after tossing 2 2/3 of an inning yesterday. And, of course, you want to get these guys rest. You have an off day tomorrow, which is great, but you want to have a fresh bullpen entering this next series, and Gerrit Cole just did that and more. But before we get into everything, let's make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. There is plenty of Yankee content we have for you guys. We cannot wait to continue to roll out different topics, different things for you guys to join the conversation. And of course, you guys can check out our Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, our Facebook page. All of those social media avenues are ways for you to get involved in the conversation and let us know what you guys are thinking about the New York Yankees. But without further ado, let's get started with Gerrit Cole, who was unbelievable. As I mentioned earlier, 10 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits allowed. He was phenomenal. His fastball sitting 97, his knuckle curve, his slider, his changeup, all of them weapons in this absolutely dominant showing. His fastball was unbelievable, a 33% called strike plus whiff percentage. The slider was lethal, 38% called strike plus whiff percentage. The curveball got some whiffs as well. The changeup was well placed when needed. He just looked excellent. They averaged an 84.6 mile an hour exit velocity against Gerrit Cole. They were not getting a lot of great barrels on him. They were not finding, they weren't attacking him. They weren't able to get to Gerrit Cole. They chased at just 28% of pitches, but Gerrit Cole filled up the strike zone, and he made sure that when he did need to make a big pitch, he executed. He was excellent today. There's nothing you can say that could be remotely critical of Gerrit Cole, who had 18 swings and misses as a whole on the day. Good Lord, he was just phenomenal. And this is what you expect from Gerrit Cole when he's at his A game, from people to go out there and get a ton of strikeouts. He now leads the league in wins above replacement for pitchers at 1.3. He is the first pitcher to reach that milestone this season. He's been the best pitcher in baseball this year. He's just remarkable. And that's what people really don't respect enough about Gerrit Cole. He is always just phenomenal. And he went out and he made sure to continue to be phenomenal. His ERA drops on the season to 0.95. His FIP 1.96, a 24% strikeout to walk percentage, 0 home runs given up, averaging a little over 7 innings an outing. This is the Gerrit Cole that you paid all that money for. A lot of people were down on Gerrit Cole after a year last year where his ERA was higher than you want it to be, but everything indicated he'd go out there and be phenomenal this year. He has great stuff. He has great command. He has just everything going for him so far this year, and I'm stunned that people were down on him. His ground ball rate's up. It's at 47.5%. We'll see how long that lasts, but so far he's been going out there. He's been avoiding the barrels. He's been avoiding getting hit hard. He's been avoiding, really the damage contact that has killed him in the past. And end of the day, he's just been so good this year. He might go out and win the American League Cy Young. He's just been that good. And that's really the pitching, right? Gerrit Cole, he took it the distance. This was a 2-hour, 7-minute game. And it was a great pitching matchup in general. Like, Lopez was not bad at all either. 2 runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, 1 home run for Pablo Lopez. We'll talk about his outing. We'll talk about the Yankees offense in just a second. But again, I just want to wrap up the conversation with Gerrit Cole at this. Gerrit Cole is an elite pitcher. Gerrit Cole is one of the best pitchers in baseball. Gerrit Cole deserves to be paid as such, and Gerrit Cole today gave another reason why he's so expensive, why he's so good, why he's everything that every Yankee fan should ever want in an ace. Big-time arm, big-time strikeouts, big-time pitcher. The Yankees needed to win today to avoid a series lost, and that's exactly what he gave the Yankees. He was perfect today. Let's look at the offense, where the Yankees didn't have a lot of hits. They didn't have a lot of runs, but they had quite a few hits. They had 7 hits. They worked 9 walks. They got a couple hit by pitches in there. They had base runners. They just didn't score. And Gerrit Cole made that something that, quite frankly, they didn't need to do to win. But let's talk about the main contributors today on the offense, as DJ LeMahieu hit a home run, and he had both RBIs for the Yankees today with an RBI single to start the scoring and a home run, a solo shot later in the day. The Yankees missed DJ LeMahieu's presence in the lineup. He should be the everyday third baseman. Unless Josh Donaldson comes back and just absolutely goes scorched earth, which he'll have an opportunity to do it staying on the DL, or the IL, and the DH spot open. unless Donaldson goes scorched earth, it's got to be LeMahieu in that lineup every single day. He is that good early on, and he looks just as he did before he got hurt. He's an excellent hitter. He's an excellent player, and the numbers reflect that. As for the rest of the lineup, Willie Calhoun had a hit, Jose Trevino had a hit, Anthony Rizzo had a hit, Glaber had a hit and a walk, Volpe had a single as well, Judge worked the walk. Not a lot of offense today for the New York Yankees, but they were able to go out and get the job done, and they pick up their 10th win of the season. They are 10-6 through their first 16 games. A pretty good start so far. Yes, the rest of the American League East has played very well. The Orioles are playing pretty well. The Rays are phenomenal right now. They're about to go 14-2 because they're holding a 7-1 lead against the Blue Jays, and barring something unforeseen, they'll climb to 14-2. But overall, just a really good game for the Yankees. Right now they're on a 101 win pace, right? When you play 101 win baseball without Harrison Bader, with Giancarlo Stanton now added to the IL, without Carlos Rodon, without Luis Severino, without Tommy Canley, with Jonathan Loaizaga out for a little bit, Lou Trevino, right? They've had a laundry list of key injuries, and they've gone out and they've played good baseball. They just need to play good baseball. If you keep playing good baseball, you'll put yourself right back in the thick of things. The Rays are off to a great start. That's great for them, but the Yankees will get their chances against them to close some ground, and it's just April. But end of the day, getting off to a good start was an important thing for this team, and that's exactly what they've done. They're one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. They're about as complete of a roster as it gets when they're healthy, and even when they're not healthy right now, they're still a pretty complete roster. Offensively, this wasn't their best series, but people forget the Minnesota Twins came into this series with the best ERA in the American League outside of the Rays, they came into this series with the best ERA in the league. I believe that changed during today's game, since the Rays only allowed 1 run while the Twins allowed 2. But the Yankees are right there with a 3.04 ERA, and that's with the amount of injuries they had. The starters for Minnesota have been excellent, and they were excellent in this series, and the Yankees were still able to split. So that is a really good Twins team that this team was able to split with after getting punched in the mouth in that first game, after a really brutal loss in that second game. They were able to put it together, and that's what a good team does, and end of the day, you got to be happy with that. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for checking us out. You guys have been great with support lately. You guys can check us out on our socials again, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcast or Spotify, drop us a 5-star rating. And of course, you can tweet at me at Ryan Garcia ESM. We'll have you guys tomorrow with the pregame, or not tomorrow, excuse me. We'll have you guys Tuesday with the pregame, as the Yankees will be off tomorrow, but we will have you guys a daily podcast and some prospect talk as well. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. I'm Ryan Garcia. You can follow me on Twitter at Ryan, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.